up its first. Right off the gate, I want to make a few things noted. First, this is a very off week for me. You can't tell I haven't recorded an intro or any of my normal shit, and essentially busy with work. Haven't had downtime since Wednesday. Not at the time of playing this match and recording this. I haven't been home in a solid 10 hours, or 11 hours actually. So, very rough. Anyway, I really just had to throw something together and hope. I knew there's a few things I needed to keep in mind, but essentially I wanted to make sure I had a Morgan variant to make sure that I had the safe lead. I'm running it light clay because I want to run focus dash and Mr. Round because it's kind of a little bit frail. I have Jelson as a trick room setter just because I think his team is very fast, and I think if I could rush him down in trick room, I'd be in a good spot. And just Urshifu Nagano because Urshifu doesn't work. And yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out what my 4 are going to be. I decided I want to do a Morgrim Jellicent lead, try to set that trick room, get my Superior in the back, and then Nagano just for the hell of it. I think I want to play this very slow and work around things. So as long as his lead isn't very offensively oriented, which I wasn't really thinking about what his leads could be, or usually I do. We get Regieleki Charizard, which is prime, I'm gonna blitz you down. So my first thought is, I'm going to make sure Regieleki doesn't Volt Switch. That's my first priority. I want to make sure Regieleki doesn't Volt Switch, so I switch out Morgan for my Superior. And I just go for hard Trick Room, so I don't expect anything to kill. Since I'm expecting Regieleki to be the primary damage dealer into the Jellicent. Mind you, I'm completely forgetting that Charizard gets Solar Beam and can just max Overgrow as I do this. So, keep that in mind. I completely forgot a lot of things during this match. So, Klefki comes out, and I'm a little bit scared because I know I can scout for things like Dazzling Gleam, but if he doesn't reveal 4 moves, I'm always going to be wary of that. And Charizard goes for the hard max, and we see an Overgrow here, and I'm like, oh shit, Jellicent can't do anything. And then it goes into Superior and just hard kills. So, I'm screwed. Right off the bat, my primary damage dealer for this game is now dead. I'm essentially playing for differential, because now that my other damage dealer, being fucking Naganadel, is having to operate in Trick Room, I'm in a horrible position. So, Morgrim has to come back out, and essentially they're doing fake outs and all that, and generally not the best time. So I'm going for a water spout here just because I want to see if I can get some great damage off. So yeah, I go for the fake out into Klefki, make sure it doesn't get off a light screen or anything, and just go hard water spout because that should be the first thing to come off. So Klefki flinches, it obviously went for a light screen, and water spout doesn't kill. And the Overgrow comes out. But that does not kill either, if you watch that. Yep, it brings me to 2, so it's probably a roll. So I probably shouldn't have lived that, but whatever. I don't even remember my Jellicent set. Anyway, I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I Scald here, and I think I just go for the light screen. Or no, I go for the taunt into the Klefki, so I don't want that doing anything else. I know Klefki is... or no. I go for the light screen here because I know there's a lot of special threats in the back. So light screen comes out. And we get the Scald. And it doesn't even kill. And that's awful. Klefki picks up the kill onto the Jellicent with a very, very necessary crit. You can't tell that is sarcasm. We do see the wildfire come out. Now, Charizard is in this position where, like, it's gonna get a lot of shit done. And Klefki here is just gonna sit there and hit whatever it can. Mind you, we know it only has Light Screen, and it has Foul Play. No, it has Reflect and Foul Play. Or it's 2 moves. So, next, I guess what we're doing here. I'm just trying to preserve turns. So I protect the Naganadel and go into that I conch into the Klefki to prevent it from doing anything. Yeah, I'm just trying to run out the turns Trick Room, because I know my Naganadel is going to be faster than the Charizard, and therefore the Charizard is going to actually get shit done. So yeah, Light Screen does come off, and so that's definitely telling of the fact that there is a lot to be desired out of that, let's call it the Regieleki in the back, and potentially more. And he has his primary win con in the back somewhere. Probably the Duraludon, to be honest, is what I'm thinking here. So, I have to max at this point. It's way late in the game for it, but I have to max. Probably should have maxed the Jellicent if I'm gonna be honest. Just max Jellicent probably would have done a number on the Charizard, and then I could have had this and a bit more to work with. But at this point in the game, it's no use. I just gotta deal with what I'm given. So I target down the Charizard first with a Max Dark because I want to be able to burst shit down, especially that Klefki. I'm thinking as long as I stall out this Light Screen, it's only 4 turns, right? We should be okay. And we do see Air Slash here, which is a very, very interesting tech. Not tech, but it's a very interesting move to know that the Charizard has. Because now that we know it has 4 moves, or 3 moves at least, Heat Wave, Solar Beam, and Air Slash, and I'm not sure about the 4th. And so, Trick Room's done. So that means that my speed boost I just got means I probably should outspeed Regieleki. At least in my head, I think I'm outspeeding Regieleki. So I'm gonna go for just launching a max Whirlwind into it to see if I kill. But apparently we're not faster. We're in fact slower, and that's probably something I should have calced. I don't even know what my set was, but I should have calced it to make sure the +1 would have outsped Regieleki. But, of course, I had literally no time to do that. So that's one of the many things I can talk about later. So, now Nagano's just getting not bursted down, he's getting chipped down. Really. Because he just had so many mons I can hit. Because I only have single target moves, so I can really just hope. Anyway, I go for the Darkness here so I can keep wailing down that Klefki. And now, I'm at -1 speed. Because that's a 2, what's it, Electrowebs. See, I'm a little slow today, I can't think. Yeah, actually, I thought I was at -1, or, yeah. at this point. I thought it was at -1, which is really letting you know how shit was. So Duraludon comes out, and I just have to launch the Draco and hope. I also forget that the light screen is still up, but I really just have to do everything I can to preserve differential at this point. So at least it's a -2 game and not a -4 or anything. So we see within light screen, the Duraludon basically just dies to Draco, which is great for me, but it gets the kill with Flash Cannon. So we're on to the next game anyway. So what I'm thinking here is, I need to make sure Rhyperior can come in, take the kill into Charizard, and live a hit, and live the max overgrow. So my idea that I was thinking of while playing that game is that I'm gonna play with Morcom. I'm gonna, well, yeah. I launch Morcom Rhyperior, I'm gonna light screen, and I'm gonna just max Rockfall and hope. My only concern is the Chardy Berry, and I did get the chance to do calcs around the Chardy Berry, but only for Rock Blast. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm bringing Rock Blast this week on the Rhyperior in order to go around that Chardy Berry. So the idea is that if it hits 3 hits, that Rock Blast will kill the Charizard without Max. But in Max, I have no clue. I didn't get that far. I think this is actually a calc I did, right before finalizing this team. So I wanted to make sure something was actually getting kills on this Charizard. Anyway, we see the Klefki here. And I'm not sure what it wants to do, but I think it wants to be able to protect that Charizard. So, anyway, I'm just going to follow through my game plan here. Also, I'm making sure that Rockfall does enough damage. I thought it did, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, I'm not sure what the Klefki is going to be doing. I expect setting up light screen and probably reflect. It's probably going to set up a reflect in this point because it sees I'm definitely going to be attacking. This lead is definitely a counter lead to that Charizard. So whatever he can do to make sure that Charizard lives is going to be key. So of course he maxes the Charizard, which I probably is more of a survivability max than actually a power max. Because in front of this Rhyperior, he wants to be able to live whatever hits it. And we find out later that he definitely had a way around. The Rhyperior, he just didn't want to face a max and then die. We get the light screen off, which also tells us we're faster than Klefki, but I didn't even realize it until just now when watching. And Reflex goes up, so I'm like, oh shit. I'm scared, especially if there's a Charlie Berry, I'm gonna be fucked. Anyway, so Overgrowth comes off, and we live, with a decent chunk of health too, which is very, very nice. It's always great when that happens. Now, our weakness policy procs, which means we are +2 and we are going through. But now we see the Charlie Berry, and I shit my pants again. For the second time, or probably the 4th time this set. But we get the Oko anyway. And oh my god, I was so excited. I was jumping up and down just because of how fucking happy I was when that killed. Because, oh boy, that Charizard fucking did work. Anyway. Now, I believe I'm obviously thinking at this point, what are they going to bring in? It's probably going to be the Vaporeon, so how do I play around it? We do see the Vaporeon come out. So I'm thinking, they're targeting it to the Rhyperior. I just want to get something done while I can. So I get the taunt into the Klefki. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? Yeah. I'm stalling here. I think I go for the Quake into the Klefki as well. Or I go for the Quake into something. But I'm just checking what I have in the back. Oh. Am I switching? I think I might be switching. Yeah, I switched into Urshifu. That's it, because I want to be able to hit the Vaporeon a bit better. And I'm realizing that Klefki isn't going to do much anyway. So I try launching the Max Quake to try boosting my social defense, because sometimes you gotta. So a Foul Play does come off, followed by the Scald, and that easily picks up the KO here. Because even though we're especially bulky, with the sand, with the light screen, Vaporeon hitting a stab Scald just is still gonna kill. Doesn't fucking matter, it's 50 base. Anyway, so we get to mark him right back out again, and it gets a free fake out off. And what my idea was actually is that I get to get a fake out onto the Klefki here, and make sure my Urshifu gets protected to get a free Wicked Blow out. Now, at this point, we know 3 of the 4 moves of Klefki, so fact of the matter is, that 4th move could be Puzzling name. I forgot the word. So I am scared shitless. Vaporeon doesn't. Play fantastic, dude. Now I'm really hoping to play for survivability on Shifu. First I go for Detect, but then I realized that, oh yeah, I put Detect on an Assault Vest set. Again, telling you how bad my prep was this week. So really I'm just gonna switch it out into Naganadel, which I know can do a bit more work into the I just go for the taunt and Klefki, I think. Even the Klefki. In case the full pair comes off. Which I thought was going to be very important in this match. We thought it wasn't, but I can only hope. And the taunt, okay. It's fair. It probably mattered, but not really. If I'm gonna be honest. Scald shit. Crit in the burn. It didn't matter for differential. For like 3 and all that. But Vaporeon switches out, which is really interesting to me. And we get Duraludon instead. So Duraludon just gets paralyzed. which is very nice for my endgame. And we get the free Thunderbolt off into Klefki. And I forgot this at this point, but Light Screen is up. So, or it's not up this time, where it was last time. So Duraludon won't live with Draco. I can just drop the Draco on it and it will be fine. But I don't care because I just want to be able to drop that Draco and do as much damage as possible to that Duraludon. The sooner I can get into a safe Urshifu win game, the better in my opinion. So, my targeting into Duraludon here is purely to take down the offensive threat. Make sure to make his move. I'll play attacking move. Get to drop the Draco onto the Duraludon. It does kill, which is phenomenal for me. I'll play Huns off, plus the burn, and we barely lived that, yeah? Yeah, we barely lived, which shouldn't have been like a barely thing with the hacks previously, but we'll let it slide. Anyway, with my speed boost now, I should be able to get a perfectly fine Thunderbolt off. And then, yeah, I think I'm just gonna taunt into a Klefki just for the hell of it. So yeah, taunt goes off, we get the taunt back out. It's gonna be spamming foul play anyway, but I just want to make sure nothing but foul play or whatever the fourth move goes off. We get the easy kill on Vaporeon before he gets to do anything spicy. And Klefki gets paralyzed, which is probably going to be a foul play anyway. But I didn't want to risk that. Also, it didn't really matter because the burn came out. So the kill went to the Vaporeon, not to Klefki, which is the only thing that really happened there. And then finally we get Urshifu. What I should have done is gone for the Wicked Blow. But it's fine. I just didn't want to risk, or I shouldn't have risked the fact that it could have had Dazzling Gleam. And if that were the case, I was screwed. But the fact that it didn't allowed for pretty free close combat onto the Klefki to clutch out the endgame. And we do see the foul play come out, so no big deal. And with this, we should probably just be able to pick up the close combat kill here. Especially since we're not going through Reflect. Also, I do notice at that turn that Klefki has Light Clay. I didn't notice that the Reflect didn't go. But yeah, Klefki does have Light Clay, so very nice to see that we know where the items are. That's game 2. In game 3, I'm like, we really need something for Klefki here. And then I realized I didn't bring anything for Klefki here, other than Rhyperior, which kind of just goes through his entire team. So I should have needed a bat, or should have brought a backup rather, which is my bad, very much my bad. Probably should have taken the Mr. Rhyme slot or the Jellicent slot, to be completely honest, but whatever. So I need these. I know I need these 3. I'm just debating what I'm gonna have in my last slot. Again, I don't know if the Klefki has Dazzling Gleam or not, and I was just about to lock this. It probably should have been the play, and it actually should have won me the match if I did lock this, but I decided very last minute to switch off the Urshifu and into the Mr. Rhyme, and it also cost me the match because Mr. Rhyme doesn't do jack shit. Alright, so sorry about that, but match is starting. Same lead here. Same lead for me. So I have to do the same exact thing, because that is literally the safest play. Well, I don't think I don't. You can see how tired I am at this point. I tried maxing the clock key, but yeah, we're going for the same exact play, just to make sure that we do not throw as much as possible. We can just let this turn play out how it plays out. I'll only comment on the notable part, because there's only one notable part. So, first thing we notice, light screen goes off, pretty fine, and sunny day goes up. So now I'm realizing, oh shit, they're going to try to get a solar power, and see if that can get them to kill. But also I was forgetting, until I saw this, what they were trying to go for. But we live on 28 HP, which is awesome for us. But, yeah. We live pretty handily. Or not pretty handily, but handily enough to where we can get this free kill onto the Charizard just fine. And yeah, Rhyperior is definitely going down. No use really trying to save it at this health, especially with how Hector's playing. Uh, um, this is where my lack of prep and honestly bad decision making and tiredness come into mind, as well as the fact that I'm very exhausted from work. Because Vaporeon comes out, and Hector just. We'll see. Hector plays very well. I play very predictably around this. I switch out the Morgan. I'm trying. If I want to switch out the Morgan or not. I go for the taunt into the Klefki. Just whatever. Taunt Klefki and they're not attacking just means that, or if they're attacking, it's a foul play. Just whatever. Happens, you know. Scald gets the burn to Morcrum. I don't think that mattered, but existed. I decided I'm gonna get Mr. Ryman just cause. I really just don't want to bring out. I probably should have brought out Megalodon at this point, but I've got Mr. Ryman, and I'm starting to realize how little I can do. Because this really only kills Vaporeon. Like, despite the fact that I brought, like, what's it called? And hope that I can do something against Klefki, all it does is hit Thunderbolts. Hector plays phenomenally and gets, what's it called? gets the protect read out, knowing that I'm probably gonna hit a freeze try. Fair play. Fair play from them. I can't really do much here, I realize on this turn. Because I can keep hitting into Vaporeon. What's that gonna do? You can just switch out Vaporeon. I don't know. I go for the free switch onto Nagano because I think he's just gonna go for the hard flash cannon. And I go for the fight just to hit something. I'm expecting the Vaporeon to come out, but I'm just trying to do something with my time. Yeah, flash cannon does go out onto the Mr. Rhyme, so we're not worried. Now, to be completely honest, had I read that switch in order to or just to get rid of the taunt in general, and had I read the fact that Hector's setting up for a light screen endgame with just Duraludon, probably would have been better, not gonna lie. But I have to just drop the Draco here, and hope. I go for the... I don't know what I'm doing here. I think... Yeah, I go for the Thunderbolt. Or I really should have just gone for the Free Shrine to Duraludon. Because I should have known that the Light Screen would come out, and Draco wouldn't kill, and with that, Draco wins. Or not Draco. Duraludon wins the match. So, this is where I'm saying that I should have just brought Urshifu, because they had a lot better matchup into what they cared about. And mind you, Duraludon, or not Duraludon, Klefki didn't have Dazzling Gleam like I expected. Wow. What the fuck? But because of that, I did basically set myself up into a losing position. Because now Morgrem can't do anything, and they can just hard target down this, my Nagano. But I'm going for the fake out play. Fake out Dark Pulse. And of course, Duraludon just leaves. And that leaves me in this situation where Vaporeon is just so bulky that I can't even hit it. So he has a perfectly good endgame of just chipping away my Nagano, knowing that I'm at -2, and that because my Mr. Rhyme is down, I can't switch out, change it. So, he's set me up in a very good position for himself. So, props to him. He played very, very well. Of course, I misplayed. It's just not my week. I had a million different things going wrong leading up to this, so I probably played the best I could given the circumstances. But this is definitely not my best play, not even close. We can watch just the chip endgame go from here. But yeah, that's literally all it is. I'm trying to win past the fact that they're just going to be chunking down my Nagano and Morgrem. And because Morgrem doesn't have any attacking moves, they can just focus Nagano and win. Really all this is. I'm probably going to speed up this point. I don't know how long it's going to take. But yeah, props to Hector for very good play, especially at the end. Just take this. I am hyped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a better match, a better played match going into next week. I know we play Who is it? Yeah, I forgot to mention that Vaporeon just gets to hit us with an Ice Beam, and that makes things a little bit faster, right? So I might not speed it up that much. But, um, we're playing Charles first? And Charles is on a bit of a tear, so it should be a very interesting match. Okay, I guess see you all then. Bye.